Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here with some more Hearthstone, and it's time to continue the Dalaran Heist. We may have done a lot, but we haven't actually done anything to fulfill the main plan of the League of E.V.I.L, that being stealing Dalaran. So let's get on with that in the Underbelly.
Okay, here's the deal. You gotta keep these sewers clear while I wire up the rockets.
I'll try my best, Dr. Boom, but I can't promise anything, because this is the point where the heist gets really tricky. The twist is really interesting too. Swapped attack and health on all minions that are played, whatever the method. What's the anomaly? The anomaly is that both players start the game with 2 extra cards and mana crystals. No thanks, I think I'll stick with things as they are. As for which hero we're going to play, there's only really one choice.
We take many forms!
We're going to be Squeamlish, a druid of the rat known for her turtle and hedgehog forms. Let's go, Squeamlish! You're the only person I've won this with. Let's see if we can repeat this. Our hero power choices are either Shapeshift, which is the standard druid hero power, and I also have access to Touch of Bark, which gives a minion +1/+1 for 2 mana. We're going to go with the standard hero power. And as for our deck choices, we have 2. We have the standard Ferocity, which has a good mixture of minions and cards, and we also have 2 paths, which is full of a lot of choose one choices. We're going to go with Ferocity. Let's go! Our first opponent is Chomper. Chomper survives the sewers by snacking on smaller minions. Chomper's hero power is Chomp. For 2 mana, it's a deal 1 damage to a minion that has lifesteal. In Heroic, that deals 2 damage and has lifesteal. Hopefully we can take care of Chomper. This can actually be quite a tricky fight due to the twist.
Squeamlish versus Chomper.
Me Squeamlish, druid of the rat!
I really like Squeamlish because Squeamlish has a lot of interesting dialogue with many of the bosses. As for what cards we're going to get rid of, we're going to get rid of Earthen Scales and keep everything else. The Acorn Bearer is a 1/2 instead of a 2/1, and these Dreamway Guardians will be 2/1s instead of 1/2s. The Feral Gibberer, however, that's always going to be a 1/1.
Me greet you!
Hello! Not surprisingly, our opponent doesn't have much to say.
This the our neck of the woods.
Let's see how well you do. So far so good. Let's try summoning these.
Next to you.
We have a pretty wide board, and it's about to get a lot stronger with the Blessing of the Ancients card. That's a 1/1 in the Wayward Taunt, but that's not going to stop us, especially now our minions are buffed.
Next to you.
There we go, and I think I will deal a lot of damage to the face. We have the advantage, at least for now. There's another Murloc. Now they're even tougher. Fortunately for us, that's not going to be sufficient to defeat us. Well played.
You play well!
I'm surprised as well, considering that you're a giant sewer alligator. You have a lot more skill than I thought you'd have. But that won't save you. Victory is ours! Ha ha! Let's see what treasure we can pick. Ooh, the wondrous Wisdom Ball is really tempting, especially at this early point in the game. And you know what? We're going to take it. Stargazing is also quite tempting, but it would have been more tempting if we'd have picked the other hero power. Being able to give our minions +1/+1 for 1 mana is a lot better than 2. Wondrous Wisdom Ball it is. Hopefully you can help us, Khadgar. I think I'll need it. As for our buckets, we have some interesting choices here. We have Big Friends, which gives us access to the Druid quest. I don't think I'm going to be picking that one. We have Choices, which gives us Living Roots, Druid of the Swarm, and Fandral Staghelm. I don't think we have anything else that really synergizes with that, though. And finally, we just have a big bucket of legendaries, Sylvanas, the Lich King, and Ysera. If in doubt, pick a large bucket of legendaries. Our next opponent is Lindsay Redgrin. With little eviscerate, hopefully we can take care of you.
Squeamlish versus Lindsay.
Hello!
Me Squeamlish, druid of the rats. Careful, I'm a sharp one.
I'll be sure to watch out. We want to get rid of these two cards and keep the Dreamway Guardians. That's not a great turn one to see. But maybe the Wisdom Ball can help us out.
A couple extra copies, that boss won't mind.
That's more than just a couple of extra copies, Khadgar. That was 5. It is a 1-drop though, and I could do with them.
This the
Thanks.
neck of the wood.
Me greet you. Why don't you lean over and say that to my face?
We don't have to. We're a kobold. We're roughly the same height. We've got a pretty good turn 2, and turn 3, and turn 4. In fact, I'm just gonna play 2 more of these and then use the Blessing of the Ancients next turn. What's that? Make your day? Don't worry, we will. Now we're dealing 6 damage.
To you, nuts to you, nuts to you.
Not bad, eh?
Why don't you lean over and say that to my face?
What are you going to do in counter?
Such a beautiful design.
Ooh, Spellward Jeweler. And because you attacked face, I think that's pretty much it. Well played!
To you, nuts to you, nuts to you.
The second encounter is over far quicker than I thought it would be, with a little bit of help from Khadgar. Now, what can we pick this time? The game's really determined to give us the Big Friends bucket. Meanwhile, we have Ragnaros, Dr. Boom, and Lotheb here. They're really tempting. And we also have Power of the Wild, Wisps of the Old Gods, and the Forest's Aid. I don't really like the look of this one, and I don't like the look of this one either. So if in doubt, legendaries. We will need to pick some early game at some point. And here's Hisutu again. Time for a rematch, eh? You failed the first time. Will you fail this time?
Squeamlish versus Hisutu.
Me Squeamlish, druid of the rats.
You do not belong here.
You're quite right. We need to go down here, to the left, and then a few more rights, and then we'll be where we need to be. But you're not going to let us do that, are you? No, I don't think you will. That is not a great opening hand, though. Khadgar, I'm relying on you here. Perhaps I was wrong to rely on you. We'll probably be okay. I mean, we have the Dreamway Guardians after all. And this one too is now a 2-1 and is a lot more threatening. We also have the Plated Beetle. We'll play these to contest the board. And it's a good thing we did, because the board is not going our way. You're going to go face, that's fine, we can counter that damage. I want to trade here, here, and then play the Plated Beetle, because 3-2 beats 1-2. We just need to last a few more turns, and we should be able to do that. We will take some damage along.
Clearing the board. You're welcome.
Thanks, Khadgar. I didn't even know you could do that. That's quite nifty. Unfortunately, the only thing that we can play is the Adult Grizzly. We still need to last just a few more turns. We'll probably be able to manage that because of that board clear. That was a questionable play, considering the fact that you don't actually have an elemental or anything to play afterwards. Oh well, I won't complain. That 2-2 is now a 3-3.
Legendaries are always good.
They are, but not when the minion was a higher statted minion before. Oh well, when Khadgar gives, sometimes Khadgar takes away. I won't complain, that ball clear was really helpful. An Arcane Tyrant and Beacon Lightning. We have two choices here. We could Grand Crusader for a Paladin card, or we could play Sylvanas. That becomes a 6/6. I think that's a better play. Now this is only for Wind Fury,
The fury of the winds.
and we're about to see it in action. Trade. Ooh, Dust Devil. We don't want that to do anything. That'll hurt. Okay, Feral Gibberer. I think the best play here, not surprisingly, is Dr. Boom. And we'll get rid of this. No 8 damage to my face, thank you very much. Grave Shambler with no weapons currently in play. Not surprisingly, the Dust Devil is going to go face. And now,
Let none survive.
the damage to my opponent's face begins. A little bit of damage here, a little bit of damage there, and we may have lethal. It's a 50% chance. We didn't get it, but I'm pretty sure we've got it next turn.
The ferocious winds aid us.
They're not going to aid you that much.
I show you why me am true druid.
I cannot hear you over the power of the wind.
You still haven't got your hearing checked out, eh? Ah, well. Dr. Boom can help you with that. Oh, wait, he can't. He's not very good with that sort of stuff. Ah, well. Victory is ours. Ooh, these treasures are pretty good. We have the Master Scheme, which is useful if you start with it in your hand. The amount of damage it deals is impressive, the boombots are impressive, the draw is everything is impressive. You can only have 7 boombots though, so you've got to keep that in mind. Then we have the Muscle, which is a generally very decent card, but Orb of the Untold is a fantastic board clear. And we don't have any fantastic board clears right now, so we're going to take it. As for the buckets, we could go all in on the legends, but I really think we need a little bit more early game. We could go with all bark, that's not too bad. Landscaping is okay. Agent of Law isn't too bad. Tending Tauren, not so fantastic. And then there is the hey, you want Yogg-Saron bucket? We don't want Yogg-Saron, so we're going to go with all bark and hope we can get rid of that Tending Tauren.
Have a drink. It's on me. I mean, physically, that's where it is.
You're not going to offer it to us, are you? Well, I could, but that would require me opening up my several metal pockets that I have. And I can't get into them right now. I require a 17-digit code. Why did I set a 17-digit code? We'll get a drink here, that's fine. Hey Bob, how's it going?
You are a diamond in the rough, Squeamlish. Always a pleasure.
Glad to hear it. Now, what can we do? These minions are not that great, and I don't really want to get rid of these ones, so you know what? It's time to brood.
Ah, big move.
Oh, you better believe it, Bob. Agent of Law, Tortolan, Lothair, Plated Beetle. Ooh, Malorn. But also Zola the Gorgon. But Malorn. Malorn is such a sticky minion in that it just keeps coming back. I'm tempted. I'm going to do the upper hand first. And reduce this to 1 mana. Yes. We want that to be very versatile. And as for what else I want to do I want to dismiss any of these? That's just a pretty useful minion for getting me higher attack minions. Lothair is just really good. This one, maybe? Maybe. We do actually have a lot of high cost minions, so actually I want to get rid of this. I didn't think I would, but this is the weakest link out of the 4 here.
Get him out of here.
And indeed, you're gone. And I could replace that minion with Malorn. There is a temptation to actually take Zola the Gorgon instead. But Soul of the Gorgon is less useful when I just play the minion as it is. I'm gonna take a risk here. I'm gonna go Malorn.
Oh, look, you've made a friend.
A much better 7-drop than the Ancient of Lore. And this could be a mistake, but I'm gonna take that risk.
You have fun with all that mayhem and chaos you're causing.
Oh, I will, Bob. I will. It's time to face the amazing Bone Paw. What's amazing is how far he's gotten copying other people's spells. Hero power, cast a random spell that was cast this game. Targets chosen randomly. Mental note, try not to cast the Orb of the Untold unless I'm using it to win. I don't want you to cast that.
Squeamlish versus Bone Paw.
Hello!
Oh, the bad guys are here! This is gonna be great! Bad guy? Me not bad.
Oh, I think you are, I'm afraid, Squeamlish. You might be on the wrong side. Dr. Boom isn't great to see right now. I could do with some extra mana right now, Khadgar.
You go first this game.
Thanks, Khadgar. Never mind the fact that I always go first in this mode.
Me greet you! You're lucky I can't copy voices. Yet.
That we are. What one go? Aha! You have no counter to my amazing play. Clearly we are going to win. And now, where there was one, there are two. And the Gibberer brought some friends. I hope you don't mind. Now the amazing Bone Paw does have spells of his own, and we'll be seeing them soon enough. Right, we want to do some trading here. We want to use our hero power to get rid of this minion, trade here, and then hit you in the face for 3. And while we're here, we might as well play another one of these.
Me thank you! You're lucky I can't copy voices. Yet.
Ooh, a secret. And if you try and use your hero power, we'll be able to see what secret that is. But if it is a mirror entity, we'll be able to deal with the minion that's created. So, we'll play our Astral Tiger. And it was a mirror entity. So we'll do some trading. And then hit you in the face, getting yet another Feral Gibberer. Our horde grows! And also, if he plays a secret with that hero power, we know what it is. And we'll play a 1-mon to counter it. Ooh, Frostbolt. That's pretty efficient. I'm a little sad that that hit my face, but I'm happy that you made all those silly explosive noises. Those were silly. No more spellcasting for you. A Scarabeg that's immediately destroyed. And I know what that is. Oh, do I know what that is. We're gonna play this. What a surprise! You now have a 1-1. I'm just gonna get rid of that. There we go. And we'll start using these to trade. I think playing this is a good idea. And playing another one of these is a good idea. And a little bit of face damage.
Have you tried taking an extra turn?
I did before, but hey, more extra turns is really handy. Khadgar is so helpful sometimes. Let's be thorough and get rid of these minions. And then hit our opponent in the face for even more damage. Ooh, Blizzard. That's certainly useful, but not as useful as you might think, because you've set yourself up for imminent defeat. Not that you weren't going to lose anyway, of course.
Candle running low on that one. You're lucky I can't copy voices.
Can you copy 8 damage fireballs to the face? I don't think you can. Bone Paw is gone, and victory is ours. Haha. As for our loot, we have some interesting choices. We have another bucket of legends. We don't want that. Do we want raw? Not really. So our only real choice here is Nature's Wrath, and we need to see if we can get rid of Malagos at some point. Nexus Champion Sarad isn't too bad. Swipe is really useful. We'll go with that.
It's Kravitz Laurent. He's written 37 steamy romance novels. Not that I have a collection.
Of course not, Dr. Boom. Kravitz Laurent, your battle with this romance novelist won't have a happy ending. 3 mana hero power. Destroy a random minion for each player. Now I think how this one works is that Kravitz has some pretty terrible minions, whose death benefits him.
Squeamlish versus Kravitz.
Me Squeamlish, druid of the rat.
Welcome. Here to peruse my steamy collection.
No thank you, I'm here to defeat you and then very quickly move on before you can start reading extracts from them. You're gonna read extracts from them, aren't you? Khadgar, help me. Khadgar's not going to help me. I'm on my own.
Me greet you.
You could learn a thing or two about conversation from these books.
There was nothing wrong with saying hi there.
This be our neck of the woods.
There is my minion.
Get it out! Get it out!
There's your minion. Right now I'm okay, but I'm still going to do a bit of trading. Mindful of that hero power. Nothing, eh? I'm gonna play this
This isn't Moonglade.
and hope that
Nuts to you.
getting rid of this will mean that your hero power doesn't work. It probably doesn't work like that.
All alone in this world. How sad.
Alas, I lost the minion I wanted to keep, but that's okay. I have more minions.
A tale of unrequited love.
And now, I can start flooding the board. Also, there's not much point in getting rid of that minion because it'll just die from the Forbidden Love hero power. Alright, Squirrel, Squirrel, Dreamway Guardians,
What shall we have?
Feral Gibberer. I think that's a...
I've added a few minions to your hand. No need to thank me.
Oh no, I will thank you. That's really useful, Khadgar. Thanks. I mean, I don't have any secrets, but I won't complain.
Greatest virtue is patience.
That minion needs to perish. Fortunately, we can get rid of that minion. I want to play some of these, so I think I'll play the Giant Wasp. And then I will... Hero Power. Take a little bit of damage. Trade here to get some of that health back, and then buff this so that I can get even more damage in. And a little bit of armor. They're not doing too badly, but things could still go terribly wrong.
But will they ever find love? Buy the next volume to find out.
I don't think I will be. I think you drastically overestimate how invested I am in this story.
I enjoy raiding.
That you do. Now, we want to ignore this, actually, and just go face. There we go. And hope that this hero power does not get rid of the 6/6.
Important job gets special bomb.
Oh dear. Well, that's not good. Fortunately, we can get rid of that by using the Giant Wasp that Khadgar so helpfully gave us. Aha! It's a lot of damage, but we can still buff this up with our hero power and deal even more damage in return. That's not bad. Now we want to play this. And notice now that I have lethal, because I have all but the Untold, That would have been silly if I'd have avoided that.
That's a great spell. We should cast it again.
That we should! Overkill! Okay, we didn't get to see it go off, but overkill's always nice. And we got away from him without buying any of his books. Marvellous! Will Squeamlish be able to make it through the rest of the Underbelly unharmed? Will Dr. Boom be able to strap the rockets to Dalaran without blowing most of them up? And did you know that Dr. Boom is doing all of this without a license in Boomery? If you get hurt, your insurance won't cover you! Beware! Find out this and more in the conclusion of the Dalaran Heist, Chapter 4, The Underbelly.